Hey guys, it is Friday. Time for the end of the week wrap up. So the Firebird here has made some leaps and bounds this week. We did run into a few little odds and ends of problems. For example, the water pump. Apparently, early '69 Firebird water pumps, there are two different ones. There's one that's 4 inches from bottom to hub and one that is 4.5. Apparently the 4-inch one is rather hard to find. So we've got one coming. Chris did pretty good finding parts. We got the transmission dipstick in, got a new radiator in, and some other odds and ends that he ordered. So we're making some headway with parts finally. And we did get all the pulleys and brackets, the cross member in. The motor is all tightened in now. That's all completed and making headway. On another note, the old Camaro here that my partner owns, he has decided to sell. So we kind of dug it out of the mothballs, and I got to tell you, I forgot how much work we did to this car. This thing has had a tremendous amount of work done to it, and thought you guys might like to take a quick look at it. It's all C5 Corvette suspension, 6-speed, LS2. Lengthened the torque tube to fit the Camaro. I did widen the Camaro body about 6 inches. It's a pretty trick little car. And you can see in stance height, in comparison to say the Firebird in the back, it's considerably lower. The Firebird is at stock height. Firebirds and Camaros in '69 were almost identical, other than a couple little odds and ends. I mean, they use the same doors, same floor pans. Quarters are the same, other than a couple little impressions in it. But this car has had a tremendous amount of work done to it. We actually lowered the floor pan in the trunk all the way down to the bottom of the rockers to allow for more space. Fuel cell. You can typically see the width of the car looking at between the taillights, how much wider that is, and then the top of the quarters. Top of quarters are probably about 2 inches here, wider than stock. And then if you look down the side of the car, go from the back here. If you look down the side of the car, the way this quarter is pulled out and drapes in, and then look at the Firebird, which is almost the identical quarter, you see how minor this swoop is here in comparison. So, tremendous amount of work into this car. A lot of metal fab in the quarters and front end the same way. As you can see, the top of the windshield post is just above my waist, or if I come over here to the Firebird, it's closer to my shoulder. So there's quite a bit of work. We pulled the dash back, made a custom dash. It's all going to get covered with leather. And we pulled the dash back into the compartment and the package tray a little forward in order to make it into a 2-seater. So, pretty neat car. Like I said, it's all C5, front and rear, all the C5 brakes. So you can literally take this car into any dealership anywhere in the country and they can fix it with all stock Corvette parts. Pretty neat. But thought it'd be kind of fun to take a quick look at it, especially with the Firebird next to it, because it gives you a good comparison from what a stock height Camaro would be in versus the lower here. Now, the one thing to remember is, I know I keep comparing the two, and I know you're saying, well, one's Pontiac and one's Camaro. The two of them are almost identical. Camaro uses the same door as the Firebird and vice versa. The trunk lid's the same. The only difference in the quarter panels between a Firebird and a Camaro is there's a little bit of a rib in front of the wheel on the Camaro and a hole in the back for the taillight. So other than that, it's basically the same panel. So these cars are pretty much identical, but you can see quite a difference between the stock form and the widened, lowered form. But since we had it out, I thought it would be a neat opportunity for you to take a look at it. We have someone come and look at it next week on Thursday to possibly purchase it. So that's where we're at. Slow week, did a lot of work on the Firebird. Still waiting for compressor parts, which have pretty much kept us from using any air. So a little slow there, but we are making headway. You guys be safe, have a good weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Like and subscribe.